Okay, folks, this was donated by somebody. A packet of these. These are empty now, of course, but they're going to make some really nice, hopefully colourful demos. I've done a couple of these before. I haven't done one for a while. I've been getting low on decent material to demo with, so I thought I'd pull it out. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think it's Japanese confectionery wrapper. Yeah, I don't know what it says, of course. I'm not literate in Japanese. But yeah, they're interesting stuff. Yeah, looks interesting. Looks a bit boring with the white background. I do think maybe working on the colour as well, we can do that. This user interface can be a real pain in the ass, as you just saw. I think I'm going to run it as yellow. I'm going to take the hue. Maybe we're going to go here. And I'm going to utilise red. Get a bit, no, not that red. Maybe a little bit more red. See how we go with it. Sorry, it's taken a bit of time. Yeah, this photocopier is obsolete. It's what I think it's called technically obsolete because spare parts are no longer available readily because they've stopped manufacturing them in March this year, 2023, and that's come up looking a lot nicer. So March this year, the spare parts were discontinued, so now I have to hope that this machine doesn't break down before I go to air on the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9, because I have to get in touch with my partner Luigi. It gets really lonely, and I've also got to pay off the bank loan on this photocopier even if this machine becomes dead. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Paying for a dead piece of shit. But this is the culture of the photocopier industry, making more money instead of caring about the customer or the environment or the people in general, human race. It's just a load of shit made in Japan. No, actually no, most of it's not made in Japan. I suspect cheap labour in places like China and Vietnam, which it has on some of its badging. The manufacturer's badging, some of them have China and Vietnam written on them. So that doesn't surprise me, like it slave labour to increase the profit margin of Konica Dum Fucktard Minolta. So there's no love in this place and everything's all plasticky and shitty. It just doesn't give you that wonderful feeling that you get if something's beautifully crafted and beautifully designed, and you can tell it's really beautiful because it works easily and it looks good, and you don't get that real experience with companies like Konica Minolta or any of the photocopier manufacturers. They all make shit. They all make their own version of shit. So, the flick and drag, scroll movements on the control panels can be very clumsy and ungainly, and yet that's what they've designed. I think the tabs are a lot better, where you just poke your finger at it. You don't just scroll or flick and drag and end up bumping buttons that you don't want to bump, which really is quite distracting when that happens. One day I'm going to redesign the photocopier, and I'm going to do it my way, and do it my way or no one else's way. I'm not going to... I can't get back into the industry because the industry has blocked and barred photocopier nerds and geeks known as toner heads. Toner head is another word for a nerd or a geek who's into photocopiers. A photocopier nerd and geek, or geek, or whatever. I don't know the exact difference between a nerd and a geek, though. I know that they're very similar, and they're both people I respect. But they're basically a photocopier equivalent of a nerd and a geek. And that's what a toner head is. And toner heads are the types of people I'd like to hire in the future down the track when I get my factory organised and all the rest of it. Anyway, enough of that. That's come up looking quite a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.